So if y'all heard the meeting from earlier, any questions? My soul studies. We in the depth chamber. You know it. All praises to the first father. We in the Abraham chamber. Abraham. Hey, before the Jews, I was. Before the Jews, I am. Before the Jews, we shall ever be. We understand and know that Christianity is a part of Judaism, Judeo-Christianity. And Jews holds no truth when it comes to the Creator and the divine Creator and His true nature. So anyone that feels opposite of the one who Christians call the Father, who Muslims call God, we got to get this clear. Who Hebrew Israelites call Yahuwah, let's get some understanding. Truth don't run. If the truth shall make me free, why should I run from truth? So any questions of truth, it's your time. We ain't got nothing on the screen. We just got some of them super beats in the back. You already know. Other than that, it's free style. Now, I am going to bring some literature up for us to learn while we entertain anybody questions about Jesus. Oh, if you love truth more than if you love truth more than you love ignorance, I need you to learn. Yeah. Oh, yes. So I was reading before the live. I was doing a study on. So I'm gonna let you in on the study as well. I always forget to say like, share, subscribe, and make others aware. Like, subscribe, and share to make others aware, self-aware. Now, let's decrease increase the sound. Now get into this understanding. Yet desire is tricky and definitely a child of Maya. See, desire is tricky. Remember the body of desires, the cardinal self is tricky and definitely a child of illusion called Maya. Because one can also have the desire to do well, like attaining to the knowledge of self. So the knowledge of self is considered doing well. You don't want to do well. Let's look. Here in the Western Hemisphere, Americas, the concepts of the ancient Egyptian mystery system have been misconstrued and presented to the masses under the Greek word religion. Under the Greek word religion, worship replaces knowledge of self. See what happened? Religion, the false religion we've been talking about on the 610, all Sufian, Asalam. This is for all humanity. You know it was American, so it don't feel like it's for all Americans. It's for all souls. Now, us as souls may be in different places. So that's why it's called all Sufian, Asalam. Now, it don't matter what place you in. You can be an all Sufian. And as I stated, this is what Jesus wanted you to be. An all Sufian, all are. You may say it as a son of Allah. Now, the word religion is a Greek word. The word religion is a Greek word. And the word religion was a worship that replaces knowledge of self. And rituals are instead of the deification instructions which man needs. So religion takes away your knowledge of self, replace it with religion, replaces deific instructions, deification instructions, replace them with rituals. And now you have a whole faith based into worship. See, and this is very key and interesting. Deification, let's see, let's get deification. I ain't showing it, but I'm just, if you comment, I will know, or comment I want to see too. Deification. Let's get an etymology from the Latin, from the Babylon, from the priests of Babylon. Deification. Deification is act of making into a god, state of being raised to the rank of a deity. This is what deification. This is what Jesus, Islam taught. Knowledge of self and the deification. Knowledge of self. Let's pull it back on the, well, you ain't looking, but if you want to look, say I want to type in, I want to see. Religion replaced knowledge of self with rituals instead of deification instructions. This is very key right here. We're going to hone in on this for a little second. Knowledge of self is the deification instructions which all needs. This is what has made your pope a pope, your president a president, your king a king, your queen a queen, or your caliph, any name of authority from institutions. This is why and how institutionalization was institutionalized through religion. Religion is an institution made to instill the institutionalization tools of religion and rituals instead of knowledge of self and deification instructions. Deification instructions is what we call divine. And on your Jesus Quran, on your Jesus Quran is divine instructions revealed to us by Noble Drew Ali, Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali, indigenous man. So we want to understand divine relates to instructions, and instructions relates to deification. So instructions let's go to instruction. Check this out. If a man hears the wisdom of all are, and he may agree and follow it, instruction. See, this instruction is the deification instruction. Now, instruction is also law. A law is a rule. A law is a rule given from divine instruction. So deification's instructions is the rules of divine law. A law is an instruction. So I just want us to see that instruction is a good word for us. 14, divine law is the law that defines the spirit, purpose, and instruction of all are through existence. So now the divine instruction is divine law. Divine law defines the spirit. Divine law defines purpose. Divine law defines the instruction of all are. The key, you know, say the keys, the code, the key. The key of all divine law is the golden rule. The golden rule, the golden law, the golden instructions. That all are equal under the law of all are. And subject to it, all subject to it. These are the divine instructions known as deification instructions. Through the deification instructions, remember, type in if you want to see. The deification instructions is what all needs. So you can't liberate yourself until you have the deification instructions or divine law or the golden instructions. So look what has been done. Look what has been done. Knowledge of self taken away, replaced by rituals. Now, rituals is your way of life when the way was of the wise. The wise attains knowledge of self through deification instructions left by the prophets and the divine. There's two kinds of slavery: mental slavery and slaves to sin. Those who are slaves to the illusion, the physical world, the worldly things, and those who are mental slavery, as in Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. The true name of the deity of the one true creator, the one true name of the creator is not Jesus Christ. Those are the people who are slaves to sin. Are mental slaves. Those who are slaves to sin are your criminals, your non believers, and your disbelievers. Your mental slavery is those who believe in wicked and evil texts as if it is true. So, in order for mental slavery and slavery to sin to end, we must enhance our awareness and our abolishment for ourselves, for you. You have to say, I am abolishing my own mental slavery and my own slavery to sin. This is key. The mind of a black man is not the mind of one who knows himself. The mind of a black man is not the mind of one who knows himself, herself. The black mind of a black woman is not the mind of one who knows herself, her pure self. So if you are under the alias of black man and black woman, know these are rituals of mental slavery that's making you a slave to sin. If you take on the identity as self being black, this means you don't know yourself, nor are you free. meaning you can be thrown in jail, molested, tortured, raped, because you are not properly identified as a human. Black is a crayon and a crayon color, not a human and not human people. It is a mind forged. The black man and the black woman's mind is a mind forged through generations of downgrading, miseducating, like I like to say, de-educated, fears mostly under diverted rays of religion. The Greek word from Jews, diverted by Jews. The Jews created the black man and the black woman and the identifiable ethnicity of black. This psychological processing, created by Jews, contains very little truth, no knowledge of self, and there are always Middle Eastern men piously placed between the great God and you. In short, the God they unconsciously serve is not infinite wisdom and love, which created your flesh. But the God that actually made the Negroes, black, and colored African Americans. There's a creator based in infinite wisdom and love called from the Jesus Islam. And then there's the Christianity, false God and false prophet that is not infinite wise and full of hatred. As it is in the nature of the mind to become what it thinks, it is also a part of the human nature to suckle the source of one's life and nourishment. Digging, get your hand out of my pockets. Understand the science. So, love is the key thing to be universally taught. Wisdom, will, and love. The public schools are under the guise of sheepskin rulers, sheepskin wolves, are programmed in continuing miseducation of the masses. How do you miseducate a whole population? miseducating them to the knowledge of self. The knowledge of self has never been on the educational agenda of the American school systems. Never in America's school systems will you find a curriculum for the knowledge of self. So this is what I created back in 2010. K.O.S. community. Upon graduating college, getting that good European education, what I call the lower self education, when I graduated, I noticed, I said to myself, I didn't learn anything pertaining me. And since I didn't learn anything pertaining to me, I wasn't finna go and get my PhD and master's to be even a master of not knowing self. So after receiving that diploma, I stopped right there in my tracks. And I said, I want knowledge of self. I'm finna seek for knowledge of self. And this is how I became K.O.S. And this is how K.O.S. community was formed. Through becoming aware that they never taught me all since young, and I went to Humpty Dumpty. They built the Humpty Dumpty, and I was in it. The egg that couldn't be put back together again was my beginning point of pre K, pre that knowledge, pre K that knowledge. And they thought they, what they say, the kings and the horsemen could never put the Humpty Dumpty back together again. So all these are lies. I came up out of nothing. I came from Humpty Dumpty. So no knowledge of self was from Humpty Dumpty all the way to college. Even in the military, you don't even learn about knowledge of self. I didn't join no military. I was taught that the military was not for us early. I was taught the truth early of Jesus Islam. But I will come to find out that there was a different version of Jesus, and that was held by Christianity. So a tremendous study and a significant amount of hours, time, and years went into the understanding of the Bible, and that began the understanding of all the secret teachings from exoteric to esoteric. So firsthand experience, I know knowledge of self is not in any school system. And this is dangerous. This is the complete circle of how the rulers and the rich so love the principles of the Ten Commandments because it allowed the rich to live while the poor suffer and die. Sound like Christ? This shows the origin of the esoteric/esoteric big I little u principles being practiced worldwide today. So I'm gonna get ready to end this. Got the community. Got community affairs. So we're gonna end it on with the absence of the knowledge of self and creator. We were finally conquered by the pale-skinned nations of Europe, the mighty Mora'aba, better known as the Moorish Americans, Sufi Muslims, before we got our perfected name. All Sufian Muslims, and now just all Sufian. That covers the truth and the no. So that is what we must recover. We must abolish being without knowledge of self, and we must become aware of self. With that being said, peace and love. Assalam, assalam, all Sufian.